A very yum to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a classic comfort food that everyone adores, Bolognese sauce. Forget those jarred sauces from the supermarket. I'm going to show you how to make a rich, flavorful, and truly authentic Bolognese that will have your family and friends begging for the recipe. This isn't a quick weeknight version. This is the real deal, slow-simmered to perfection. So, grab your apron and let's get cooking. First things first, let's talk ingredients. The foundation of any great Bolognese is the sofrito. This is a mix of finely chopped onion, celery, and carrots. I'm using 1 large onion, 2 stalks of celery, and 2 medium carrots. You want to chop them really fine to get the best flavor. Next up is the meat. A classic Bolognese uses a combination of ground beef and pork. The beef gives it that robust flavor, while the pork adds a wonderful richness and tenderness. I've got about 1 pound of ground beef and half a pound of ground pork here. If you can find it, pancetta is a fantastic addition. I've got about 4 ounces, diced up. It adds a salty, savory depth that is just incredible. All right, let's head over to the stove. You'll need a large, heavy-bottomed pot or a Dutch oven. This is key for even heat distribution during that long simmer. Add a good drizzle of olive oil and get it shimmering over medium heat. First in is the pancetta. We want to render out that beautiful fat and get it nice and crispy. This should take about 5 to 7 minutes. Once it's crisp, don't drain the fat. That's pure flavor right there. Now, add your finely chopped onion, celery, and carrots directly into the pot with the pancetta. We're going to sweat these vegetables until they're soft and translucent, which will take around 10 minutes. Be patient here. This step builds the fundamental flavor base of our sauce. Don't rush it. Stir them occasionally so they don't brown too much. Once the veggies are soft, it's time for the meat. Crank the heat up to medium-high and add both the ground beef and ground pork to the pot. Use a wooden spoon to break up the meat as it cooks. We want to brown it all over. This process of browning, called the Maillard reaction, creates layers and layers of complex, savory flavor. Make sure you get some nice brown bits on the bottom of the pot. We'll get those up later. Once the meat is thoroughly browned and there's no pink left, it's time to add our liquids. First, we're going to deglaze the pan. Pour in about a cup of dry white wine. You could also use red, but I find white wine keeps the flavor a bit brighter. Use your spoon to scrape all those delicious browned bits from the bottom of the pot. Let the wine bubble away and reduce by about half. The alcohol will cook off, leaving behind just its beautiful flavor. Next, some people might be surprised by this, but a traditional Bolognese often includes milk. I'm adding about 1 cup of whole milk. Let that simmer gently until it's almost completely absorbed by the meat. This tenderizes the meat and adds a creamy texture that is just divine. Now, for the star of the show, tomatoes. I'm using a large 28-ounce can of whole-peeled San Marzano tomatoes. I like to crush them by hand as I add them to the pot, along with all their juices. Give everything a really good stir. We'll also add a little bit of beef or chicken broth, about 1 cup, just to ensure there's enough liquid for a long simmer. Season generously with salt and fresh black pepper. You can also add a pinch of nutmeg, which is a classic touch. Now, for the most important part, the simmer. Bring the sauce to a gentle bubble, then reduce the heat to the lowest possible setting. You want the barest of simmers, just a few bubbles breaking the surface every now and then. Cover the pot, but leave the lid slightly ajar to allow some steam to escape. And now we wait. A true Bolognese needs to simmer for at least 2 to 3 hours, but honestly, 4 is even better. The longer it simmers, the more the flavors will meld together and the more tender the meat will become.
Check en minute door sud-ouest, get the bottom.
If it looks a little too thick, you can add a splash more broth or water. After 3 to 4 hours of simmering, your kitchen will smell absolutely heavenly. The sauce will have darkened to a beautiful deep red, and the texture will be thick and luxurious. This is what a real Bolognese looks like. Now, you can cook your favorite pasta. While tagliatelle is the traditional pairing, it's also amazing with pappardelle or even rigatoni. Cook the pasta until it's al dente, and just before you drain it, save a cup of that starchy pasta water. Finally, let's bring it all together. The Italian way is to finish the pasta in the sauce. Add your drained pasta directly into the pot of Bolognese. Add a splash of that reserved pasta water and stir everything together over low heat for about a minute. The starchy water helps the sauce cling perfectly to every single noodle. Turn off the heat and serve it up immediately. I love to finish it with a generous grating of fresh Parmigiano Reggiano cheese right on top. And there you have it, a truly spectacular, authentic Bolognese sauce that is worth every single minute of effort. Thank you so much for cooking along with me today. I hope you give this recipe a try and see for yourself how incredible homemade Bolognese can be. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more delicious recipes. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see me make next. Until then, happy cooking!